Karen writes in about her own life, and she says she signed a permission slip many years ago to her husband to have a vasectomy, and she feels bad about that. With that said, she said, can you give me a scripture that would affirm or approve of Christian marriage's Planned Parenthood being life prevention, the pill or any kind of other procedure? There are no verses I can point to other than the fact that there are plenty of Christians in the Bible that are single, and it's hailed as a good thing. Jesus himself encourages singleness. And the reason I start with singleness is because here are men and women who have all of the component parts to reproduce, and they don't. They invoke some sort of parental planning, right? And whatever that is, as long as we are preventing the conception of the egg and the sperm, well, then great. I think that falls in line with the whole logic of Scripture, of sometimes we take what is biologically designed by nature, by God, right? God designs nature, and we're saying no to that for other priorities. So if you have a good reason, I guess to put it in practical terms, for limiting the conception of a child, well, then that makes sense. It could be age, it could be health, it could be, you're a high risk to have a high risk pregnancy. Well, great. As long as we are not aborting children, as long as we're not taking fertilized eggs and saying we're going to get rid of them. Because once we have fertilized life, then I'm saying that we have we do not sit in some statement of, or some position, some throne of judgment to decide what life is worthy of life and what life is not. But we don't have life. We've got no life when it comes to half of the chromosomal ingredients, when all of them are together. But I would say there are reasons that a Christian family, because of the argument that is made in 1 Corinthians 7, Matthew 19, other places where singleness is promoted, to say, hey, yeah, it makes sense that though marriage and relation should naturally relate in children or result in children, there are times that you would not do that. So that, I think, makes sense as long as we're talking preconception. I have to say that 5 times so that everyone knows. Everyone needs to know. Of course, I am anti-abortion. Anything that gets in the way of that life should be, it's a problem, and it should be problematic, in that we should never be taking life. We're not in that position to do that. All right, well, I hope that helps.